Mow the lawn tomorrow, wish.
We proudly declare that yes, we are still watching that.
And no, we won't be cooking tonight.
We, the lazy, are taking back lazy.
By getting comfy on our Lazy Boy furniture.
Lazy Boy, long live the lazy.
I know it's such a rough job being a host here. This is one of my favorite things to do is talk about Lazy Boy. And I get to enjoy this comfort. My name is Helen Keeney. Please follow me on Instagram. I'm the official Helen Keeney. This is a very special show and a very special offer. It's from Lazy Boy, the Trooper Plus Rocker Recliner. So it's a rocker. I'm doing my rocking. And then it's also a recliner. It has a remote control. I saved my settings from the last show. So all I have to do is push my settings. Amy, I'm so lazy. I push my settings from the last show. I keep my remote control right here. It nests perfectly with a magnet. And then anytime I need to use it, I just pop it out. And if I lose it, I push one of these buttons and it'll say where it is. And if someone like one of those little fun toddlers grabs it and starts pushing buttons, I can deactivate the remote control here. So many great features, so well thought of. What I'm doing today is I've got two choices. This is the power. I'm gonna go back to the home button. This is the power. I also have a manual model. The power, our price is so low, it's like what a manual would be out in retail, so basically half. I'm gonna go through the colors, come with me, I'm gonna go over there so you guys can see all the colors. This fabric is the first time that it has ever been on a Lazy Boy that's been presented at HSN. It kind of looks like suede, but when you touch it, it has like a velvety feel, and it's fabric. It has eye-clean technology that is actually in each fiber of the fabric, and then we're gonna be doing lots of demonstrations to show you how it's, you know, we're gonna spill all sorts of stuff and it just wipes right up. This color is called tawny, and I'm gonna start here because it is very limited. In the manual, I have 17 left. I only have 17, and I think I only have about 24 of the power. So tawny is without a doubt the most limited. We didn't even bring in a ton of these because it's a special offer. By the way, these are all made and ready to go. We're gonna call you within 7 days to deliver it to your house with white glove delivery, where we bring it in and we assemble it and take away the packaging and put it anywhere you want in your house. This color is called lead. I have 18 left in the manual, which is pretty close. And then I've got a few more of those in the power. 48 in the power. Oh, 38 and 38 in the power? Okay, that's a lot less than I thought. Okay, 38 in the power. Okay, so then we go to this color, which is like it's called powder, but it's like a really soft blue. All of these colors have been selected by the interior designers at Lazy Boy to go with a multitude of interior design and color schemes. So in the powder, I have 26 of the manual and 44 of the powder, oh wow, of the power for the powder. Okay, now this is oyster, and I have to say that that's actually my favorite because when you decorate with a light color like this, you can always like change it up and different throw pillows or everything, but because of the light color, ordinarily you might back away from that, but because of the eye clean technology, and we're gonna use this color to do all our demonstrations and spilling on, you're gonna see it's amazing. You cannot mess this up. It comes with a warranty as well. And I think one of the best warranties of any product we've ever had here in the history of HSN, by the way, so it's a pretty good warranty. This is the oyster, and in the oyster I have 11. Oh my gosh, is that all I have, Rob, is 11? And then in the power, do I have 24? That's what I wrote down. I have 27. Okay, 27, and this is the most limited. I thought it was the tawny, but it's actually this one that's gonna sell out first. All right, let's bring in our special guest. Her name is Amy Salmon. She is a true expert. She is from Lazy Boy. Come on in.
You bet.
You know what my favorite thing about Amy is, I said to her before the show, there's no question. It's like Jeopardy for Lazy Boy. There's no question I can ask this woman that she does not know the answer to, because you're the real deal. You're from the company. You've worked for the company for a long time.
Yes, 28 years.
I didn't want to say how long, because you're only 21.
Right.
Yes, I started very young.
You started very young. You were a baby. But this, I mean, we did a show together yesterday. Now, how many more shows do you have after this?
This is it.
This is, see, I was wondering. This is the final show, because I saw that we have like 11. I'm like, that's not a lot.
No.
Yeah.
And when I think about, this is the Eastern time zone, and there's 3 others behind us.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it when you said 11. 11. You know, we've had so much fun together over the last couple days, and I'm so thankful on behalf of the company for those of you who have bought and who will buy in this hour, and we look forward to being a part of your comfort in your home for lifetime to come.
Right, and let's talk about the delivery.
Oh.
Because that is just, it's so luxurious and it's free.
It is included. So we're gonna call you in 7 to 10 days after you check out in your cart, and we're gonna make an appointment. So this is not something that says, we'll be there on a Tuesday, but you have to wait home all day. No, 30 minutes out, we call, we let you know that we're on the way. And then as soon as we get there and we cross the threshold, you just tell us where you'd like to have this. Is it up 1 or 2 or 3, even 3 flights if you're in a townhouse or a condo? If it's downstairs in the basement, in the home theater area, main level, it does not matter to us. And the beauty about Lazy Boy is it comes in 2 pieces. The back slides right on the base. We take away all of the packaging. If you have the manual recliner, sit down and start using that comfort lever. If it's the power, the guys are going to connect 2 DIN connectors. They're going to connect it to a power surge box and then plug it into the wall. That's the only other parts. We also include batteries on the wireless remote. And if you buy the power, you're going to put those in there. And then the beauty of the wireless remote is it's designed and patented by Lazy Boy. You're going to sit down and there's your instructions. You don't even need a manual. The top looks like a house. That is always your home button. That's where I am right now in the upright, seated, and rocking position. The next 2 buttons are memory buttons, just like in your car. So if you are sharing the chair, one of you is going to be memory 1, one is memory 2. You saw Helen. She had her memory in from yesterday. And then the next 4 buttons, they're like little ovals. There's my wand. The white area here shows this is the reclining back. The next is a raising of the leg rest. This is a upper back tilt. So it brings the tilt up 55 degrees, and then the bottom motor is in the lumbar. Now, we're known for the most comfort and have been for 98 years. We invented the recliner in 1927. And all of these buttons go back to what our original patent was in 1927 of working the body around the hips. So we actually have hinges in the back, like a hip in the body, and the chair moves just like the hinges do in our body.
So many features, so much comfort. The prices, let's talk about the weekly deal drop. So this is the final show. The price usually goes from like Monday to Sunday, and we're Saturday here, but this is the final show that we're doing. Obviously, when you have 11 left, you're not going to do 20 more shows, right? That's really why this one over here is laughing, because we don't have a lot. The regular price, you could see the HSN deal price, $13.75 to $21.25. That's not what the retail price is. We actually can show you on the screen the retail price and the differences, because the retail of the Power, this one, is retail is $2,985, and that we're doing it for $1,699. That is almost half price off of retail. Like I said at the beginning, where you've got the Power is almost the same price as the retail for the manual. It's amazing. And you know what? I do want to jump up and get my, stay with me, Rob. I have a method to my madness. So this is the other unique way that you buy a Lazy Boy from HSN, is you use this.
But the other way.
Or this way. It actually works either way. This is my personal HSN card. I have a huge purse. This is my HSN card. And with your HSN card, you get 1.5 years to pay off your brand new Lazy Boy. Now, I know that different stores have different deals, but we are doing a half price special on a Lazy Boy, custom made with all the high-end features. Amy's gonna talk about that. You go into a retail store, they're gonna say, oh, do you wanna upgrade the lumbar? Do you wanna upgrade the fabric? Do you wanna upgrade the handle in the manual? Do you wanna upgrade that? We just said we wanna upgrade everything, just upgrade everything. Do you wanna upgrade the delivery? Just make the delivery upgraded. We upgraded everything for you. It's the top of the line, upgraded everything. You get a year and a half to pay it off. If you do the Power, it's about $61 a month. And if you, I'm sorry, it's $95 a month. If you do the Power, it's $61 a month with the VIP financing. And there's no annual fee. There's no annual fee for the credit card, so it's a free credit card. We even have a coupon. If you're opening one, you get $25 off. You could take that off any order that you have. But here's the details to get the HSN credit card. I really think that having the freedom, now you can pay it off early if you want. Maybe you do the minimum payments for 3 months because you got a big summer vacation planned and you're saving your, your cash flow, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna pay that off in the fall. You can pay it off then. Just make sure you pay it off before the 18 months is up, because they will charge you interest. So make sure you set your little calendar. I know that's what I do. I set my calendar for an alert like a month before. This fabric, we've never had this on HSN before, right? Let's talk about that.
This is brand new to HSN. It's called I Kudos. The I stands for I Clean, which is exclusive to Lazy Boy. And what this is a fabric that looks and has all the marbling like you would see in leather, all the graining, even the veining that's in here, but it's fabric. And everything that we do for HSN is always an I Clean fabric. And this is inherent and exclusive to Lazy Boy. This means that we take an entire bolt of fabric, which is over 500 yards, and we immerse it in a water solution, family-friendly, and it covers every single fiber around this fabric. You can't buy this in a can in a big box store. You can't put it back on. It doesn't come off. It lives with the fabric, top, bottom, underneath, sides, every little fiber. So you can have liquid repellent fabric and stain lifting. When we grade this with coffee, wine, teas, sodas, waters, you name it, it gets a 5 out of 5. Watch this come to the paper towel. I'm not doing anything more than allowing the paper towel to absorb the spill. And then once it's done, it drops off. It actually drops off some droplets. And then with just a nice firm pressure, I grab the rest of them. Look, you can see there's a little bit more on the paper towel. I'm gonna take another corner, do the same thing for just a firm dab.
Yeah,
now, Helen.
and by the way, this is dry.
Yes.
and this is the same swatch of fabric that you've been using for every show for over the past couple days, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and she used the oyster color on purpose, so that nobody would be like hesitant to buy the oyster, because in fear of like, oh, if I spill my coffee or my red wine or my cranberry juice, or the dog jumps on me and my bowl of spaghetti goes all over the white, of course all that's gonna happen. Yes, it is. But
yes, it is. I
will jump on your lap and the spaghetti will fill everywhere. That's just life. That's life, man. So I love that we're doing these offers, because we talk about selling mattresses here because you spend a third of your life in bed. I think about what you sit on, like what I sit on at home to watch TV, and the bed I sleep in. Probably the two most important purchases you ever make, because I spend a ton of, I'm on my phone. I do a lot of work just sitting on my phone. I answer my work emails. I go on my social media, and yes, if you message me on social media, I'll message you back. I message everybody back. I see all my messages. That is, you're sitting and you're working. A lot of people work from home too. You don't want to be uncomfortable in your own home. You want to feel like you've got a chair that's custom. The other thing I love about this is, and I talked about this before, I don't like my husband driving my car, because my husband is quite different built for me, height-wise and everything, and he adjusts everything, and then I go in the car and I can't even reach the steering wheel. I'm like this. because what I love is they have the memory 1 and 2. So when I came into this chair, all I did was I pushed this button right here, memory 1, that I saved the last time I was in this chair, and it went right back to where it is. And if I want to get up and go about my day, I just push the home button. It reminds me of like my Apple Play in my car, where I just push home to go home.
That's
and
right.
it's like the technology, even with the chair. Now, I do have one other item, Rob. I'm going to check with you that we even have it. Do we have the portable power bank for the chair that you don't have to plug it in? Okay, there are 3 dozen left.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to tell you the price, and we're going to get the item number for it. It is $199.95. And by the way, even if you bought a Lazy Boy a year ago or from a retailer, it works with all Lazy Boys.
All the power.
So this has power wherever you have it. Like maybe you want to put your chair in the middle of your living room and you don't want a cord that you're going to trip on going across. That's what this is for, right, Amy?
That's exactly right. I have one of those roaming vacuums, and it loves to pick cords up.
Right.
So without that, I can float my furniture in the room, but nobody even knows I have a power recliner. They just see a nice chair. And this is a piece that charges in 5 to 7 hours. It's a lithium-ion battery with its UL certified. So that's very important to know that we do the safety for you and for your home. It will be up to 3 to 10 days of usage. Now, there's a 7-day spread. Why so much? The more you use your battery, because we do give you a USB charging port here, the more you use the battery, the more quickly it will drain. But if you come home in the evening, kick your feet up to watch HSN, read a book, spend some time with the family, and then lower your leg rest in a few hours to go to bed, that battery's going to last a whole lot longer. It also has a signal inside to let you know it's time to charge it. So if you hear the beeping and you wonder where that's coming from,
Okay.
it's probably this battery. The nice thing is when we deliver you the power recliner, you get over 8 feet of cord. So that cord plugs into these ends, charges the battery, and again, 5 to 7 hours. Do it in the evening. When you get up in the morning, your recliner's ready, and then disconnect the power, put it in a drawer so you know where it is. This slides up underneath the recliner, and you're ready to go.
This is so soft.
Yes.
This, I know it kind of looks like suede, but when you touch it, it feels almost like velvet.
Yes.
It's got a soft hand, like a peachy hand to it.
Yes, I love that. You said that last night. It feels like a peach. Absolutely. You're going to just continue to massage and massage this.
You're going to massage the chair.
Yes, because it's another way of bringing you comfort. Now, Helen, I'm going to come around to your side of the chair.
Okay.
Because I want to show everybody the cradle and explain what's in the cradle. So this is the cradle on your power recliner. You know it's Lazy Boy because we do put our logo here. On the outside, you have your 2 memory buttons, so you don't have to use the wireless remote if you don't want to. And then in the center is your home button. Here is your USB charging port, so it does charge from 0 to 100. And then behind the wand are 2 additional buttons. This one is find my remote, because you're probably thinking, I don't want another one. I'm going to lose it. Somebody's going to walk away with it. This beeps, and you can hear how loud it is. As soon as you find it, just click any button and it turns off. Then, if you've got little ones at home, and I can start moving Helen
Hey, wait a minute.
all around in her chair.
Who's got the remote?
Right? Who's got that remote? You can turn the communication off by sliding this lever to the back. Now, Helen will stay in her favorite reclining position, and I can't play games with
I won't be a marionette puppet if a toddler grabs it.
Right.
Or my
Now,
husband.
We have read on hsn.com comments that my remote didn't work. You may not even realize you moved the button when you took the hand wand out of the cradle. Just slide it forward and all of your communication is back in place.
Do you know, I bet you do get calls.
Yes, I
And
do.
this-
Yes, I
She's
do.
like, yes,
This
I
doesn't
do.
work.
People are like, wait a minute, it doesn't work. That you probably moved that button.
Yeah.
Love it. So it's also custom lumbar, and it's, I think this is the hard part about television, is explaining and showing all the different things. We should show the lumbar, and like maybe you could do it with the remote control. I don't know how you're going to show that, but this is not like standard. Lazy Boy.
No.
This is a huge upgrade to have this lumbar support, right, Amy?
Absolutely. Now the headrest, the 4 motors, let me show you where they are first, and that's where these oval buttons come in. The first is the reclining, and this is how Lazy Boy got started in 1927. Reclining is when the back goes backward. It's not the leg rest up. Everybody thinks that once the legs are up, that's the reclining. No, this is the invention and innovation of Lazy Boy from 1927. Then you can lift the leg rest. There's your second motor, one touch at a time, or you can hold all the buttons down in tandem and let that go to a full recline. This is now 66 inches of reclining comfort. And everywhere the chair moves, it's supporting your body as we expect it to do. Now, the headrest is another motor. This comes up an additional 55 degrees. Can you see that moving upward? And it allows you, while you're reclining, to come up for a conversation or for watching television. And this is what Helen's talking about. We have so much Dacron in the backs here, but there's a motor behind this pillow. It is not a bladder. That's really important. Your cars have bladders. And if the bladder pops, you actually need a new driver's seat for that to work again. Because this is all Dacron stuffed and a pillow, the motor behind it brings it up an additional 3 inches. See if you can watch this area. See how my finger is lifting?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yep. And then when you want to decrease that, you can take it down all the way. And no matter what reclining position you're in, just like when you're driving your car, Helen, I'm sure you adjust the lumbar.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
sometimes you move around. You just need another fresh
Although
sweet
my
spot.
driver's seat is not nearly as fancy as this chair. It does not feel. You know what? Let's go over to this table because we actually have another one of the upgrades out here on the set.
Yes.
Because first of all, the base model of a Lazy Boy is still better than 99.9% of any other recliner
That's
that
right.
any other brand sells.
That's right.
But what we're presenting here today is upgrades all the way around. Upgrades of the fabrication, upgrades of the, you know, the lumbar, the everything, but it's also what the support is. So let's talk about that.
So the Trooper has a bucket seat that's like a car. So you have triangles on each side that give you this perfect scoop to support the body. Not only that, but on top of it, we put the high resiliency foam. So this is a cue ball from the billiard set. We drop it, and this is like you plopping in your furniture. It accepts the body weight and starts the comfort of the seating. Let me do that again so you see the difference. On top of that, we put Tempur-Pedic Response Memory Foam. We are the only company that is partnered with Tempur-Pedic to take a size of a mattress down to the cell structure needed for seating. So this is what happens when the body hits memory foam. It stops. But the pressure of the body, and this cue ball I'm barely pushing, goes down into the memory foam. This is your tailbone, your hip flexors, the back of the lower lumbar area, behind the hamstrings, all the way down to the tip of the ankles. And this comes up, is your body coming up, and it's flush. So Helen, I'm gonna let you do that so everybody can see again. And then give it a nice little, but again, she's not even pressing very hard. And when you sit down in your new Trooper recliner, it's gonna have the firm sit, but you will literally begin to feel the body moving as the foam comes to match your pressure points to give you customized seating.
And it's just completely flat. By the way, I think one of the most important things you said is Lazy Boy is the only one who has partnered with Tempur-Pedic, right? This is something that is exclusive and an upgrade that you are getting. I mean, when you talk about the brand Lazy Boy, it's synonymous with comfort. Like some people even call these recliners, oh, that's a Lazy Boy. It's like Kleenex and tissue, you know, kind of. It's they invented it, but they didn't didn't just invent it and go, it's invented, we're done. They just kept improving and it's always staying ahead of the competition. When you're the first of something, you always want to stay the best of something, and it's not the least expensive, at least not out in retail. What's so extraordinary about this is you're going to be able to get for less than you would pay for the sort of inexpensive knockoffs that don't have nearly this kind of technology and features and support and luxury and, you know, the fabrication that you spill on and you could just, you know, get that up with a towel, a paper towel. You're getting that at the same price. You're getting a price that you, maybe if you walked into a Lazy Boy store, you're like, oh, well, I want this upgrade and I want that upgrade. Well, now you're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and I want it delivered and I also want it assembled. Okay, that's another, because that's not free in a store, right?
No.
Delivery or assembly?
No.
Nope. She's like, no, stop saying that, Helen. No one's gonna come in our stores anymore. No, I'm just saying, this is what we do here at HSN, and this is what we do best, opportunities.
It's our
Opportunity,
partnership.
right? It's the partnership that we're doing. And by the way, American made.
Yes. Let me show you our factory footage. We are so proud to be made in the United States and have been since 1927. Our world headquarters is still in Monroe, Michigan, where we started again in March of 1927. And our factories are all around the United States, plus our distribution centers. So as Helen said, everything we've done has already been built with the best of the best in here. We stamp our own metal. We are very specific on the hardwoods that we use and the sustainability that we bring you when we bring you your recliner. We test everything. We cut the foam. So intricate laser type of cutting, and the way we put the cushions together that allow you to have the comfort that we do. Now, we triple tumble the Dacron, and I'll show you where that is again in the Trooper recliner. The industry standard is a single tumble. We sew, we cut, we test everything, not just the spill test, but the way the fabric is sewn together to give you the tensile strength that you deserve to live in your recliner. There's that high resiliency foam being tested. We test recliners with a 250-pound solid steel dummy, 100,000 cycles. We slam the leg rest. We drop your recliner in a box so that when you know the delivery truck comes to your home and we open the box inside your home, and oh, by the way, we do take away all the packaging. You don't have to think about it. You know that your product has been made to live your life comfortably from generation to generation, because this is heirloom quality furniture. I was telling Helen yesterday, I'm leaving my community to come to HSN, and it's trash day. And I saw a few etagères, and I see this and I see that out at the curb. You never see Lazy Boy at a curb. And I'm sure if you did, it was already gone.
And somebody would pick it up.
Right, because we give you a limited lifetime warranty. Lifetime on the parts, the mechanism, the frame, and every other part of the warranty is found on hsn.com.
Yeah, lifetime warranty. I don't know who else does that. All right, I'm going to go through the colors again. We're going to figure out what's left because my producer has all the screens in front of him. This is called tawny. It's a soft brown color, and we have it available in the power and the manual. How many do we have left in the manual? I have a dozen. So I have under 200 chairs in all the choices and all the colors, by the way. So I have a dozen, under a dozen. Okay, and what about the power? I have about 50. Now, since we're here with the manual, I'm wondering if you could show, that, because this is also an upgrade, FYI. The side of this, where the actual handle, is that called the arm?
Well, you can call it a handle, an arm, a lever, whatever you're comfortable in calling it. This is our long handle. It's arced in shape and design, and it's, you know, it's beautiful. It's a pretty arc handle. But there's some features to it. This allows for single finger operation. Notice how my finger wraps right there. And you have a 3-position locking leg rest. There's position 2 and 3. Inside is an 18-position ratchet. So this is 53 more reclining positions than any other reclining company out there, because we are the innovators of recliners. When you open everything, you're going to hear a lot of clicking. Click, click, click for the 3-leg rest and a bunch of clicks for the ratchet, because it's going to elevate to where your body is most comfortable. Then when you close the handle, lower it, you're going to hear a larger ping. Now, there's no body weight in there, so it was a little louder today. That means everything just unlocked And again, we're all about the safety. That's why you hear the clicking to engage and the unlocking for that larger click.
And that, by the way, is an upgrade because there's different levers and handles that you could order, but we have an upgraded one. All right, that's the tawny. This is the lead. How many do we have left in the manual in the lead? 16. That's not a lot. And then the power, we have 35. Okay, now let's talk about this color. You're also an interior designer, right? Where does this go, the lead? It's kind of a charcoal color.
It is a charcoal color. There's some slight green undertones, so it is meant to go with any color in the home. We're always used to a tawny or a burgundy or a chocolate color as being a traditional home color. But this is more modern and classic at the same time. You may have dark colored cabinets, it's still gonna go. You may have gray cabinets, it's gonna go. The new trends are doing the dark greens and dark blue cabinets, it's going to go. And this is that masculine but yet feminine color that we see in the wardrobes. And this is interesting because of HSN and how much fashion you have. Ready to wear. The home fashions always follows ready to wear. So
that's true.
When you see the ready to wear trends change, you'll see the furniture trends change too.
Okay, you heard it from an interior designer there. All right, this is called powder. It's kind of a soft blue. How many do we have lifted in this one, Rob? 24 in the manual. 42 in the power. And this, again, it's very, very subtle.
It's so subtle, and it's my favorite color. You know, I've always said, if you don't know what you're gonna wear to somewhere, you put your favorite jeans on.
Right.
This to me is like chambray. That beautiful, soft chambray color that you might wear in your top. Maybe you even have a purse that's that chambray color. And this is what I love the most about what's behind us, the chambray, but yet there's shades of green in that artwork, and it goes beautifully with silvers and golds.
We love it. All right, here's my favorite, which is the oyster. And it wouldn't be my favorite without the iClean technology, because I definitely, like I said, eat in front of the TV. I know maybe you're not supposed to, but whatever, that's what makes me happy, so I do what makes me happy. And it would make me unhappy if I ruined my brand new Lazy Boy.
Yes, it
but
would.
getting the oyster, knowing that it's like spill proof, you know, you can spill things on it, and you're good to go. Now, I know that this was the most limited, Rob, when we started the show. How many do we have left in the oyster? Okay, there's 10 manual and 20 power.
It really
and that's
is the most limited.
That really is incredibly limited. Okay, so what are we doing now, Rob? Are we gonna take a little break, or are we gonna... We're gonna keep going. Okay, so let's go back to the main. Let's go back to the main, and let's kind of talk again.
Shall we spill again too?
Yeah, we're gonna spill again. We're gonna talk about all the details. So I'm gonna sit back in mine. I'm gonna take my remote control and push the #1, which is the memory of how I like to have my chair. My chair remembers it, and it's going back. It's lifting my legs up, and it's giving me the little. Actually, I think I might bump up that lumbar support, which I love so much. That feels good. I like that lumbar support, and oh, that feels so good. Okay, so I want you to have a comfortable, relaxed life. You could, you know, the least expensive chair you would have is in your living room. Maybe maybe you could get something. It's not going to do any of this, and you might get maybe 3 or 4 of them in your lifetime because they're not going to last. This is a one and done with a lifetime warranty. So my mom always taught me, if you buy quality, it's actually cheaper in the long run.
In the long run, and it absolutely is. You know, you think about if you can put it in your budget at $16.99 and then divide 25 years. Because most people that we know of that have a Lazy Boy recliner, it's 10 years, it's 20 years, it's 30 years. I've even spoken to someone who had their chair 49 years.
I love it.
And those were the old innovations. You know, that was the manual type of recliner, because the power is only about 5, 6 years old. You know, that's where innovation comes in, and what we continue to do, like you said, to be #1 because we started as #1. We're always doing something with more innovation. But when you hear stories of someone who their son, and this was Helen and I've been together for this about 5, 6 years. A woman called in and said, I bought a recliner when my son was born, and now he's getting his own apartment, and I'm gifting that chair to him that I rocked him in, that we read stories, that I took care of him when he had fevers, and now it's his and she was getting power. She said, I'm giving him the manual. I'm getting the power. She wanted to upgrade and have something.
But there was
fresh
nothing wrong with the one she had.
Not at all.
Right, exactly.
And, you know, we hear stories, the old stories of, I'm not getting rid of it. The cushion is 100%, but we wore the fabric out.
Right.
You know, over 20, 30, 40 years, yes, things last. And that's what we do with heirloom furniture. And your iClean fabric is a whole new innovation that we do with exclusivity, that when you look at the spill, it will go on your floor, your table, it'll spread around. I can move it, and look, it just stays on the surface. What I like about this is that I can lay a paper towel next to it and let the towel do all the work. I'm not panicking, I'm not stressed. There's a little bit left there. I can turn the towel around and grab the rest of that with a light dab. I'll come to the corner and grab that last little bead. And then with my naked eye, can see there's a spill here that fell off this big drop. You know, and you may not see that. I don't know about you, but when you spill cranberry juice in your kitchen and you think you got it all up, the next day you feel something sticky.
Right.
Well, there's that 1 or 2 final little drops there that stayed on the surface.
Right, and it's completely dry.
And here's all that separate liquid that's now on the paper towel. Why is that important? Because if you didn't have iClean, that spill went underneath the fabric. It is now sitting on the foam. That's the upgrade that we put in your recliner. And then it begins to live a life of its own. And I watched you selling your vacuums, and there was some special words that she talked about, like, you know, you can get things in crevices and they still live there too. Imagine your spill going down inside the foam. You can't get a professional cleaner to get inside your chair.
Right.
You know, and you don't even have to have your professional cleaner because this is iClean.
You know, and also, I'm not saying like leather furniture is beautiful, and that's also a choice, certainly, but you know, in the summer, when the back of your legs get hot and stick to it, in the winter and it gets a little cold and actually hardens a little bit when it's really cold, this is going to be great all 4 seasons. If you live somewhere where it's really warm, you live somewhere where it's really cold, it doesn't matter. This is going to feel amazing. It's going to feel like just the touch of it on your skin.
Oh, yes.
I personally don't have any leather furniture because it's just, it feels like it's, I've seen it look beautiful, but it's a lot of effort sometimes.
Yeah.
But this is like no effort. This is like the no effort. And that's the thing about Lazy Boy. You know, it's interesting. I feel like the name itself, Lazy Boy, implies that you're kind of lazy for having this. It's almost like indulgent and you should be out like running around the block or something, like you're lazy. But I feel like it's the opposite, really.
Yes.
It's really taking care of yourself, and this is part of that self-care. If you don't have a place that you can like go home, snuggle in, and you feel like this is the greatest chair, this is your chair, this feels amazing, then really, why buy a house? You know, if you have a house with just, you're sitting on the floor, what's the point? Whether you have an apartment or a condo or a townhome or the big house or you downsize to the smaller house, I've done all those things. And I've done all those things probably in too short of a time. I've moved like 11 times in the past 18 years. I know I've moved way too much. But what I will say to you is that that favorite chair is really something that it's something that you covet. And on that note, if there's a husband or a wife purchasing this, think about the other one. Maybe they want one too. Now, I know this is a big purchase and you may not be going, oh, I want 2 of them. But I know there's someone out there who's like, you know what, if I buy this, my husband's gonna steal it. He's always gonna be in there. He gets off work before I do, or he comes home before I do. And then there's gonna be the one chair that who gets the chair. This could be the Father's Day gift for him, and then you get one too. But with the VIP financing, because the power chair that I'm in is only $95 a month with VIP financing. You need to use your HSN credit card, and we also take our sister network, QVC. We're owned by the same company. We take their credit card also.
So if you pay with that credit card, then you have a year and a half to pay it off. There's no interest. It says 12 or 18 months. This is the longer one. And honestly, whenever I get a choice to use FlexPay or VIP, I always take it because I can manage my own cash flow, and it doesn't cost me a penny. There's no interest. There's zero interest. To get the HSN card, you just go to our website, hsn.com, and put in HSN card in the search, or you can call the 800 number, 1-800-695-1418. And we even give you like a little welcome $25 coupon. You can get yourself some, some great skincare, an extra lipstick or something fun. But I have had my HSN card for over a decade, and this is the reason. This is like this moment right here. You'll be glad that you got one, or that you're getting one right now, or you've already had one, because having a year and a half to pay off a Lazy Boy that's basically half price from retail, because you see the prices on the screen. The manual is $1,099. The power is $1,699. Paying it off for a year and a half, $61 for the manual or $95 for the power, that really makes it kind of more affordable.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
I wanted to add, if I could, just about the Trooper.
Yes.
And why did we bring the Trooper to HSN?
That's the name of this model.
Yes. This is our #2 selling recliner for over 5 years. And we only bring the top of the line here to HSN because you asked us to do it. And I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna use that house symbol to come back up. It's whisper quiet. So if you wanna sleep, and if you're like me, I don't sleep well. And I always worry about keeping my husband up. I can go to the recliner, I can recline. He doesn't even know I'm in a separate part of the bedroom. And he can stay asleep and get the rest that he's needed, because you said yesterday, sleep is the most important thing you need.
I have such different, my husband is like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and I'm like all over the place. Look at me.
Yeah.
And
the Trooper, again, in the seat, what makes it so special is all of this Dacron that we put in the back, triple tumbled, and in the lower lumbar area. We made this a T-cushion so that it supports all the kidneys in the upper middle back, but this is your bucket seat. And if you have a car with a bucket seat, you know what I'm talking about. As soon as you sit down, the body is cradled in the center with extra design and padding on each side. This is solid cut foam. And then that wonderful Tempur-Pedic memory foam is on top, along with that high resiliency foam. So this really is a cradle. And it's only 38 inches wide, 39 deep, and 42 high, which is our tallest back height. And so imagine a yardstick. It's just, you'll barely even notice that it's a little bit over a yardstick, and it's not a big imprint outside, but you get so much interior room.
Right. So if you're, bigger person, taller person, there's a lot that's very, very wide. You could be up to 6'5" and comfortably recline in this. I'm obviously much shorter than that. I'm 5'4" 3/4. I can recline. You said 66 inches.
66 inches.
66 inches of just completely reclining. Head to toe. That's a lot. So you'll be able to just relax. And also, Amy, I'd love you to talk about all the upgrades, because I know she's ready to go to sleep. I know it's late at night. This is her bedtime. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'd love to. I'm going to use that headrest tilt. So all of the upgrades that we've done in this recliner is starting with the exterior. That's the iClean fabric. I'm going to do a quick demo again. This time, Helen, I want you to...
So that is not standard. That is an upgrade.
This is not standard. iClean Fabrics, exclusive to Lazy Boy, is an upgrade because it's your family-friendly fabric.
How much more does that cost to add that to your...
You stumped me.
Oh, I did?
Finally,
I did.
after
Finally.
all these years.
I said to Amy, I can never stump you. The answer might be it's different for different models.
It's different
why
for
you
different
can't
models,
answer it.
and there's different grades of iClean fabric, but we bring the highest grades here.
Oh, so there's different grades of iClean? Oh my goodness. So not only is it an upgrade, but we get the highest of all the upgrades for the iClean fabric.
Yes,
okay, there you go.
She wanted to stump me. She did it.
That was my goal in our final show together. That was my goal. I did. Yay!
So the iClean fabric is the first of the upgrades. The next upgrade is the rocker base itself is done in our coffee finish, because our standard finish is mahogany. So we wanted you to have a deeper, richer color for your home. Then you have the Technology of power, that's a huge upgrade because it's only been a little over 5, 6, 7 years that we've even had power, but we didn't even have the wireless remote that we designed, patented, and engineered. So this is very new in the upgrade families. The arc handle in the manual recliner is an upgrade. And then the temper response, Tempur-Pedic seating is a very big upgrade.
So that's not standard either?
That is not standard.
And when you add all these upgrades, and by the way, the biggest upgrade, of course, is the white glove delivery and assembly included, by the way, and the lifetime warranty is, Amy gave the details. The details are on hsn.com, by the way. So that's another thing. And I don't know if there's another furniture store that gives a lifetime warranty to a piece of furniture. There might be other brands. I can't really speak to that, but I know I've never presented anything on HSN with a lifetime warranty in the furniture umbrella ever besides this. Besides this.
And many of the companies, and I have sold furniture since graduating college in 19-something.
Okay.
Yeah, 19-something.
That was vague.
And in this small print, you will see, they might say lifetime, limited lifetime warranty as well, but then there's a year put behind it. La-Z-Boy doesn't have a year behind their lifetime warranty. Lifetime on the parts, lifetime on the mechanism, lifetime on the frame. For as long as you are the original purchaser and own it, you continue to have that same warranty. And that's why you don't see them on the curb. That's why you never see La-Z-Boy out for a yard sale and things like that. And I'm all over looking because I want to know that people still have the product in their home. And Helen, it's also all the other warranties that come with it because fabric has a separate warranty. Look on hsn.com, just like Helen said. That's where we list everything.
We list everything. And with all those upgrades, you see what our HSN deal price, $2,125. We're doing a sale off of our deal price. So $1,699. I'm going to jump over here. I know we've got about 13 minutes left in the show. I want to do the colors one more time and kind of give you a little bit of what we've got left. So this is called Tawny. It's a beautiful brown, and we have it available in manual and power. And there's just, I mean, honestly, we're getting down to the wire. It's the final show, the final presentation of the weekly deal drop. This one and the oyster are going to sell out first. The oyster is going to sell out first. So I'll just generally do that. You don't know about that? Okay, my producer's saying. Oh. Okay, I was wrong about that. There's 5 left in this color in the manual. 5 of them. Wow. Okay.
That was quick.
I was just gonna breeze through it. I didn't think it would go. I didn't think it was going down that low. There's 177 left total in every single color, power and manual. This is the lead. We have the power and the manual. There's about a dozen of each in this one and about a dozen of the powder, this light blue, beautiful soft light blue. This is the one, the oyster, that I know that I thought would be the most limited. So what do we have left in the manual and the oyster? A dozen. So we have a dozen left in the oyster. That's what I said. And then with the power, which we got more of, we brought in.
All right.
14.
Wow.
So 14, and I think we brought in about 50, 60 of the power, and there's 14 left. I'm gonna join Amy as we get in one more demonstration because we talked about the upgrades, and we're just sitting on it, just like when you sit on a mattress, this is what the big upgrade is, and it's Tempur-Pedic.
It's Tempur-Pedic. We are the only company that has partnered with Tempur-Pedic, taking a mattress, the #1 known memory foam mattress company, and bringing that cell structure down to be just right for seating comfort. It took over 5 years of their scientists and La-Z-Boy's engineers to do that. And I was fortunate enough to be inside the plant several times when they would bring a test in, and it was like, nope, that's not ready. We're not ready yet. And that's what our comfort guarantee to you is, that we do that science and we do that education to make sure it's just right once it's launched. This is high resiliency foam. This is what accepts your body weight when you first plop down. This is a cue ball for your billiard set, and it accepts the body weight. So it bounces, it has the loft that's necessary in the cell structure. On top of that, we put the Tempur-Pedic. Now watch when the cue ball drops. it stops because this did the accepting of the body weight. This now is totally for comfort and support. So as I roll the cue ball around, look at what the foam is doing. And then if I lightly push, then my hand starts to get surrounded by the phone as well. As soon as I get up and this is lifted, then this is fully ready for
Let me ask you a question. If I come into a Lazy Boy retailer, it comes with this?
The standard high resiliency.
And if I want this, it's more?
It's more.
Okay,
Right.
so
That's
you
right.
guys are getting both of them.
Yes.
You're getting both of them. And again, it's the only Tempur-Pedic
Yes.
have partnered with Lazy Boy and no other furniture company.
That is correct.
And that's the difference. And not that that isn't fantastic and gorgeous
our
and
best.
also lasts 40 years, but this is like next level. And when you sit down, it just envelops your body. It cradles you. So you see how it's like cradling my fingers? But when I lift up and I lift this up, it's completely flat in seconds. And I can't even feel like where it was.
No.
So it's not like year after year after year, there's gonna be like a divot somewhere because of this technology.
Correct. Every person that sits down in the recliner gets their own customized seating. They will all feel this foam. Everybody feels that. That's what accepts your plop, what I call the plop when you first sit down, right? But then when I sit down in the recliner and then get up and my husband sits down, we each are different body sizes.
Oh, come on,
and
you
body
guys don't have
weight.
two?
No, we share. We share. You know, we do share.
All right, that surprised me. You need to get another one.
I know.
It does, yeah. All right, well, maybe she makes the marriage work.
Right.
That's right.
But when he sits down, because he's a different size and a different body weight,
Yeah.
and even the design, of course, of our bodies are always different, then his pressure points are in different places. So this is what I mean by a pressure point. If you can see the heels of my hands coming in, and what does it do around my wrist? It supports everything. This, imagine, is the most important part is that tailbone, the lower lumbar, your hip flexors. Then it goes down behind the hamstrings, behind the knees, through the calves, all the way down to the ankles. And if I can open the manual recliner again, I want everyone to see.
And there's 5 left in Tawny, so last call.
Last call.
Four left. There's 4 of them. Oh my goodness. 4 left in the manual in the Tawny brown.
But those cushions are all the way in the back where you can't see. And then we bring them through the seat itself, over the leg rest. This is what is supporting the calves, all the way down and past the ankle area. We could save money and start that here before you recline, but we don't. We could save money and just end it here, but we don't. Those are what other companies do, the shortcuts to keep the prices down. That is not Lazy Boy. You said it earlier. It might be more expensive, but it's because what we do is for the most comfort for you to use in your recliner for decades. And heirloom passing these things down. We want to make sure you're comfortable year after year.
All right, this is the final presentation of the weekly deal drop. My producer is named Rob, and he's in my ear, and he just told me that every single manual version of this might sell out in the next 7 minutes.
Wow.
Which is till the end of the hour. We will have what we have on hsn.com. Rob, the price is good until Sunday night, right? Isn't the price good? Yes. Till the end of tomorrow. The price is good till the end of tomorrow. Okay. If we have any left. Okay. So we have 4 left in the Tawny, and you heard that we've got like a dozen left in the Oyster. We are getting down to the we have 9 now in the Oyster.
Wow, thank you.
Wow. So
Thank
there's
you.
only 9 left in the Oyster. The Oyster is my favorite. You know what? I'm gonna grab a pillow. Like, I just wanted to do that. Oh, really? And I'm gonna grab this color because you know, when you're decorating, this is one pillow, I just grabbed it from the set. And when you're decorating, you just, you know, you add like a throw or a pillow, and you see how the Oyster can be like, I put that bright green pillow the other day, and then it's, because I think at this point everybody wants one, and they're just deciding like what color to do. I know, I'm like destroying the set. But you can see where I take that green pillow with the oyster, and then when I go to the powder, it's like a completely different personality. Or I can do this, and that, you know, each one I can kind of go down the line. And actually, I think I actually love it with the tawny, this green, and then the red. Look how, actually, that looks great. I'm gonna leave that there. And then I like this here with the, and you see how when it's in your house, it becomes part of your family. You know, your holiday pillows, your, you know, your favorite throw with your favorite NFL team that you've got here at HSN. You know, think about it in your house. We've got 5 minutes left. All right, let's scooch over to the power chair so you and I can sit down for the final 5 minutes.
Final 5 minutes.
My favorite show I ever do is the ones where I get to sit down in a lazy boy chair for most of the presentation. Now, I just want to end this presentation by talking about the VIP financing, because that's with your HSN card or your Q card. It's the same company. You can use either card. You get a year and a half to pay it off with no interest. If you get the manual, it's $61 a month, even payments. I did the math for you. $95 a month if you get the power. And listen, you could pay it off all at once, certainly, but if you use your HSN card, I'm just letting you know you could take a year and a half. So it's completely up to you. But at the end of the day, you know, when you've got a long day of being a show host and you want to just, or a guest, and you want to kick, you know, you want to get your glass of wine, you want to watch TV, or even just snooze, or maybe just watch the sunset, you know, out your beautiful glass window, you know, your windows in your backyard. We're on the water. We look at the sunset over the water. It's, you know, it's just that feeling of like it's your home, it's your castle. There's nothing like it. You know, there used to be a famous sitcom, and it was called All in the Family. And one of the characters had a chair. And the lead character loved that chair so much. If somebody else sat in that chair, and every time I do a Lazy Boy show, I think about how people get so like possessive of their chair. Like it becomes so important. It becomes a member of the family. I mean,
you know,
it really does.
We hear that all the time. That was one of the early shows. You're right, All in the Family, and he had.
I'm old, so I remember that. I don't know if everybody at home remembers that.
He had his favorite recliner, and then there was a.
Frasier's dad.
Yep, he had his Lazy Boy, and then there was another sitcom that had a pair of chairs in it. When people are thinking about reclining, it's Lazy Boy. When they're thinking about comfort and furniture, it's Lazy Boy. You know, you may have a love seat in your house, one person sits on it. You may have a sofa, one person sits on it. Maybe two. In our home, it's the dog, you know, where Ken and I are fighting over the recliner. And you're right, we need another one.
Yeah, I know. How did this just dawn on you right now that the woman who presents, that works for the company, you have one.
You know, we're always traveling.
Yeah, there you go. There's only one of you home at once. Tim. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But it really is kind of the chair. You know, families are centered around, everybody knows, everybody that's watching at home, whether you buy this chair or not. Answer me this. Do you know what the favorite chair is in your house? I bet you know immediately what that chair is. If you get this chair, it'll be this chair. It'll be your favorite chair for generations.
That's right.
And what other chair can you say that about?
And imagine your holiday memories, reading those favorite books, staring at a tree, or whatever, however it is you celebrate your holidays, the birthdays, the Father's Days, the Mother's Days. You know, it's just a piece of furniture that becomes part of the family because the memories
Rocking the
made.
newborn baby or the grandchild, because this is a rocker also.
That's right.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not saying, oh, okay, this would be a great baby shower present, because you would be an amazing person to spend that kind of money on a baby shower present. But I remember when my daughter was born and getting a rocker and rocking her in the, you know, I mean, just the rocking, there's something like so soothing about just this rocking, even you rocking yourself.
Absolutely, and let me demonstrate just the rocking. Once you get your body weight in the chair, look, I haven't touched my feet to the ground to get the rocking started. The rocking happens automatically based on your body weight, height, and leg length. It just knows the rhythm it's supposed to have. Imagine having a specific rocker block that has a design and shape and size itself that knows where it should be rocking for you. And then, yes, you can put your feet on the ground and start rocking a little more aggressively based on your rhythm, but the chair knows. The chair chair knows.
The chair does know.
It knows everything.
Now, I know that this is your last show in Florida, but you're going to be continuing on in our new studios in Pennsylvania.
I will.
I want to say in August, or is it in August? Okay.
Yes.
So we will see you. We will see you there with more great Lazy Boy. And by the way, Lazy Boy isn't every week or even every month. It's a couple of times a year. Yes. So this is like treat yourself. And I should mention at the very end of the presentation, like everything you buy at HSN, you can return it, including your Lazy Boy. I know that's crazy.
But you won't.
But you won't. Oh, you won't. But you can. All right. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to continue on with you. I've got the final presentation of the Shark Vacuum coming up next, so stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Hey there. Let's chat about getting some of the best deals on the things you love. Because when you're an HSN card VIP, the perks are all yours. And who doesn't love extra perks? Like 12 to 18-month VIP financing on select items, plus extra flex on items that you love all day, every day. And HSN card VIPs enjoy extra perks. Oh, if you apply today and if approved, you could get $25 off your order. So, are you ready to jump in? Give them a ring or visit hsn.com.
Get deals on tap with the HSN app. Opt into push notifications to get shipping updates, app-only deals, and special offers sent straight to your phone. Get alerts when your favorite items have dropped in price or come back in stock. Take your shows on the go. Stream HSN wherever you are, 24 hours a day. Download now and take $10 off your first app purchase. Happy shopping.
To jump into the final presentation of the Today Special. My name is Helen Keeney. Please follow me on my social media.